Welcome to Tractor Talk, the mini podcast about tractor life.
Episode 6, Mistakes by First-Time Tractor Buyers.
Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Tractor Talk. Today's topic, we're talking about mistakes done by first-time tractor buyers. Now, Hank, you've seen plenty of this in your time working here. I've seen plenty of my time working here. I think probably one of the most outstanding ones that pops out to me, because you get a phone call a little later in the week after the sale's done, people undersizing themselves on tractors. A lot of folks will try to, you have a budget that you want to maintain. You want to make sure you're not going over a payment or an allotment that you're trying to give yourself to purchase that equipment. Keep that budget in mind as best you can, but don't be afraid to buy the larger equipment. When you're buying a tractor, kind of like with the car truck, you want to do it right, do it once kind of mentality with this. You want to buy something that's good for the present projects, as well as things that you could possibly evolve into later down the road. Those present projects, though, especially, I've seen plenty of people, they'll skip out on maybe something around the size of the CK and they'll go for a little subcompact.
Yeah.
And then they find themselves having a hard time with their chores because they undersize themselves in that equipment. And my old sales manager, JD, I remember he always told me, I've never oversized any customer in a tractor before. And I've only seen that tried and true here.
Yeah, definitely.
What's one that you would maybe bring up in a first-time buyer mistake?
Another big one would be forgetting the tire ballast in your rear tires. It's so huge. These tractors now can lift so much weight. They need some sort of weight in the back.
Only you got the loader, that's 1,000 pounds. The engine block, that's not exactly a pillow under there. That's not featherweight. And then wherever the heck you're picking up on the front, that's
all that
65, 75% of the body weight at the front half of the tractor now.
Yeah, so that's a very common one, and it's one we try to tell people hey, you're going to be using your loader a lot. Probably going to need some weight in the back. So that's probably number 2 for us.
Some of the smaller units might not need it, like some of the subcompacts, because you're only going to fit so much weight in there anyway. Yeah. But the bigger ones, like CK and above, I always recommend it at least.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, speaking of loader stuff, another common issue that we've seen is ignoring your loader's lift capacity. A lot of people sometimes will try to overdo their loader lift capacity, or they'll read what's listed at the pivot pin and think, 2,000 pounds at the pivot pin. I should be able to pick a 1-ton item up and maneuver it up, down, all around at will, can maneuver it just like someone picking up a 5-pound dumbbell. It's like, no, not quite. That lift capacity at the pivot pins does not reflect your true lift capacity. And that's going to put too much pressure on the loader. You're going to bust a cylinder on that. Realistically, on those lift capacities, I always I shimmy it down about 400 or 500 pounds for a true lift capacity. You might get closer to that pivot pin point with, an item that you're just barely off the ground and you're keeping it close to the backboard. But overall, overlap before underlap, just like, oversized before undersized from before.
Yeah. Another big one that we see a fair amount is people that they don't worry about the dealer support. They think that they're going to just do everything on their own after the sale, especially on new tractors.
We're here for you. We want to help you.
Yeah. It's critical. If you buy some no-name brand from Arkansas, you got to rely on that dealer or a dealer close to you to get parts. And if it's someone that's, a couple states away or 6 hours away, you don't want to be in that situation where you're calling them, asking them to ship parts. They can't cover warranty because you can't get them the tractor. So look at your local dealers and see what tractor brands they have before you purchase. Don't just find the best deal, somewhere on the East Coast.
Buy a brand that's in your locality, whether it's going to be one of ours, Massey, Deere, Kubota, somebody that's close to you.
Yes, please.
Preferably only a couple hour drive away.
Yeah.
I'd say a final note to add to this, implement selection. Make sure you're not getting implements that are going to be too big. Don't get the 6-foot box blade for the subcompact tractor. You're going to be going like this whole time because it'll pull you back. Don't get too small of a mower for your 55 horsepower tractor because you're going to be going through shear pins out the wazoo. Easy to replace, but another project on the day's list.
Yeah.
and a couple other implements along those lines. Don't over or undersize. Try to go right at the specifications that your tractor has listed and pay attention to the specifications that the implement has listed too. Salesmen like ourselves can help with that, or if you got a dealership that you're working with, ask them that question as well too to make sure you're making the right decision, doing it right, doing it once. So for more topics like this, stop by our YouTube channel, like and subscribe. We have plenty of other videos as of right now. I think this is what, like our 5th or 6th at this point?
Might be number 6.
Might be number 6, half dozen. Woo!
Heck yeah.
And catch many others like this. We'll be with you again next week on our next Tractor Talk. Thanks for stopping by.